You're probably here because you're finding it a little bit difficult and finding your way about leadership, finding your way on how to manage people well, and finding your way on how to grow your business as an entrepreneur. Any one of these things are the topics that we cover. I'm your host, Sean C, aka Mr. CEO at 22. I am so glad that you took the first step of being here to learn more about leadership, entrepreneurship, and management because the world needs more people like you. We will help you to invest in yourself because that's something that is worth doing. That is something that is worth learning. If you have questions about entrepreneurship, maybe you're having problems at work or you're having some leadership problems or managing other people, boy, I have news for you. We have what we call a masterclass. Most of the courses in the masterclass deal with how you can generate revenue online. It deals with leadership, how to lead in crisis, how to break through the crisis in business, in entrepreneurship, and how you can manage other people better. Now, I always say the best kind of investment is an investment in yourself. And how much money are we charging for this masterclass? Not a lot. And if you invest in one, it's yours to keep. And if it doesn't, I'll refund you, no questions asked, full refund. So why don't you try it out? Head on over to sean.c/masterclass and check out any one of the courses if it fits any one of the questions in your head. And if you have any questions, you can just put it on the comment section and we'll get in touch with you. We want to know who you are and we want to hear from you. Until then, keep leading. All right. Hello. Good evening. It is 8:01 p.m. and it's a Thursday night, and that means we are live today on Leadership Stack Live. And if you're watching from Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, or Twitch, leave a comment, say hi. And if you're tuned into Discord, we have the Ask Anything Questions channel right there where you can ask your questions and we'll be answering it. For tonight, I do have a very special guest for all of you. Why is he special? It's because he's one of the guys that I look up to. Being able to survive the pandemic is already tough enough, but being able to survive it in one of the industries that are one of the most badly hit industries, that's an incredible feat, as far as I'm concerned. And also, napakayaman nitong guest natin. Grabe. And I'm grateful to be one of his suppliers, no partners in the business. His name is Juan Carlo del Rosario, and I am most happy to be called his friend. JC, welcome to the show tonight. Thanks for being here.
Grabe, inunahan mo na ako, Sean, ha? Talagang inunahan mo na ako. Si Sean po talaga yung super yaman. Siya yung billionaire ko pa, Sean.
Fake news.
Hashtag boss. Thank you, Sean, for having me and for gracing me with your time and your presence. Alam kong sobrang busy mo tayo.
Baliktad. Ikaw yung mas busy. Ako taga-serve lang ako, bro. Taga-serve lang ako ng Juan Carlo Catering.
Bro.
So, tonight we have a couple of questions. Shout out Patrick Miguel. Ayan, ang founder ng Boss Movement. Ikaw nga ang founder, no? Tama ba? Siya ang
founder kami si Patrick. Si Patrick talaga.
Siya ang founder. Ano din yan. Yung mga crypto trades niyan, napakaganda. Grabe.
Patrick, paturo niya na after usap tayo sa Discord. Wala ko alam dyan eh. Kaya ni Boss Mark yung marunong dyan.
Good evening, Joey. Carlo, kilala mo.
Owner of 10 King and one of our business partners and one of our investors. And
I met him. Yeah. I met him already.
Sobrang galing yan, bro. He now owns the exclusive distributorship for Nestle, mga Montnisi.
Wow.
Idol ko yan sa business talaga.
Good evening, Sir Joey. We're honored that you're here. And we have questions tonight. I think we're going to be able to answer all of them until the
9 p.m. hits. And the first question is going to be from Mitch. Mitch asks, by the way, Mitch, thank you for the questions. Thank you for being in the community on Discord. And wherever you are tuned in, good evening to you. And I hope you enjoy the show. What was it like growing up with parents who are both in the food industry? Ba nag-research, bro. Research. What were the values instilled to you growing up that made you embrace the family business? If you guys didn't know, JC is the only child, no, the sole heir to the mansion and the the
Yung anak,
family estate.
pinakamabait na anak kasi wala silang choice. Yun yung totoo.
Ayan.
Well,
Sige.
growing up with parents that are both in the food industry, actually, my dad by profession is an engineer and by occupation, and my mom by occupation is a medical technologist. So from them, natutunan ko talaga that this business is really about their passion. Kasi it's something that through all the hardships they've been through the years, hindi nila malalagpasan yun kung hindi nila mahal yung ginagawa nila. Sobra, and you can see it in how they've built this company to where we are today. You can see it in how even at their age they are very hands-on. They still continue to do every aspect of the business. Hindi sila maloloko talaga. And siguro yun yung isang nga, because that's not their, they didn't study to medical technologies and tsaka to be an engineer to learn all of these things. They've learned na one of the things that I learned is uh, it really needs to be successful in something. You need to love what you do. You need to have the passion for it. As cliche as it may sound, um, and also you can't rely on other people. You need to also learn. You need to learn how to do things on your own. I mean, I think a lot of entrepreneurs are like that. They really, sila talaga yung, before my dad would do give any other role or train this person, kailangan siya muna alam niya. Kasi they built this business from scratch. We come from very humble beginnings. Sila yung naging waiter, sila yung naging banquet supervisor. Yung tatay ko yung namamalengke 4 a.m. in the morning to go to the market. They were the chef. They did everything. So I think if there's one thing that they've instilled in me is that it's really yung hard work na parang mapapahiya ka na lang kasi Sir Alex is he's so passionate. Sean, I'm sure you've seen this nung nagkaroon kami ng event
Super.
sa bahay ni Sean. Nandun si Sir Alex mismo. Kasi he's a special client, ganyan. And I guess we won't be able to reach this type of we've just turned 25 years, and my dad reached so many awards. He became the 4-time president and 3-time chairman of FCAP, the Food Caterers Association of the Philippines. He's the incumbent president of the Batangas Wedding Event Professionals, all the celebrities, multinational companies, socialites, creme de la creme, diba, of society. Parang kaya niya na-reach lahat yon is because he really loves what he does, and he puts in the work every day. He works as if talagang he's still the same small player when we started. That type of passion, that type of nakakahawa yun, it's infectious. And everybody here in the company feels that. And parang mapapahiya ka na lang na hindi magtrabaho as hard as him. And yun, if there's one thing that I would say, this company is built on the passion that my parents have.
Grabe, and I can attest to that. Yeah, that's the second birthday of Leo, no, my firstborn son. And oh man, I thought it was gonna be like a small event here at our house during that time. I think that was the first year we occupied this house in BF Parañaque. And I was so surprised na nandun si Sir Alex, your dad, and you were there. So I was like, what are you doing here? It's a small event, pero that's a testament to how much they care, about the brand, the service, the business. Grabe. Like if you don't love your business, if you don't love your clients, you're not gonna go that far. You're not gonna go the extra mile and be there yourself. And it's no joke, malayo ang Batangas sa Parañaque, di ba? Tapos sobrang strict pa dito sa BF, yung mga pass na kailangan gawin. So, grabe.
Pero si Juan kasi sobrang big time, super yaman. So, kailangan. High profile client yan, guys.
Hindi, kaya nga kami yung supplier nyo. Baliktad, bro. Grabe naman. So, from Erica, one of the, actually, a really good question. As a business owner, how have you taken care of your people since the pandemic?
Wow, that's a very good question. A lot of things. I just want to share this parang realization din. Kasi when the pandemic started, there's a lot of things. Let's start with, of course, we gave them food packs for our people. We gave cash out of pocket as well. Aside from the fact that even if there were no events, there were hundreds of events that instantly postponed and canceled during the pandemic. And it was a very difficult time for us because pre-pandemic, Taal volcano erupted. And when Taal volcano erupted, the events in Tagaytay, the Tagaytay wedding industry, which is now the capital of the wedding capital of the Philippines, nag-move sila to Manila yung mga events namin. And then, at that time, nag-cancel yung, then nag-hit naman yung pandemic, the announcement of the pandemic, pati yung Manila ngayon na events namin, na from Tagaytay, nag-cancel na talaga or nag-postpone. We began with we had inventory in our stockroom worth 4 to 5 million of perishable goods that were going to rot away. Na hindi ko ma-charge sa clients ko because I also feel for them. I also understand that this is something that they didn't want. So we did everything to try to sell off the goods, do all of that. And then what happened was the main thing that we did was to try to give them job opportunities. When we started doing the grocery business, the selling of the groceries, people wanted to order it naluto na. So we went back to our core, one Carlo to go. Kasi the core of our business we have this new tagline for the pandemic, this campaign, life is still worth celebrating. Because we still want to be with our clients that even during these challenging times, away from the big venues and the bright lights to a more intimate occasion, we can still deliver the One Carlo experience through One Carlo to go. So that's the first thing that we did. We focus on our core strength kasi that's really how we're going to help our people, by giving them jobs, by giving them something to do. And we were very blessed. A lot of pharmaceutical companies wanted to give gifts to their doctors, na clients, kami yung tinap nila all over Calabarzon. And then hospitals, we were also supplying food for hospitals. We were supplying food for power generators. Kasi sila yung buhay companies now and we have the budget. So, di ba kahit pandemic, kailangan natin yung kuryente. So, we focus on those. We really tried to look back at all of our clients that were not that affected by the pandemic, and we focused on them. And then, aside from that, of course, we gave money during the time na kasi there was really a lockdown na completely, I think that was a month, na completely hindi kami nag-operate. So during that month, we gave cash. We also gave food for them. And actually now, na-excite ako. Sean told me that the wedding industry is one of the, kanina diba in the intro, it's one of the highly affected markets in the Philippines. Pero one thing that I am very happy about and positive is I've seen that it is still very optimistic in my perspective. Because before, we would always hear that, this pandemic, nung first pandemic natin, it's always about, the experts are saying it's a matter of when, not if, yung pagbalik ng economy, yung pag-bounce back ng economy. Pero what I realized after this, now that we had the first pandemic, we are sure that the economy bounces back, even in the wedding industry. That's something that we're proud of, that we were able to bounce back. And we know that when the restrictions loosen, the market is there. As in, the market is there. We had clients who were still continuously booking and still continuously having events. So the thing that we're focusing now on is health. Health is the number one. It's the major concern right now for our people. So the different reasons, the different things we did. Number one, we have pre-ordered vaccines for them. So we plan as an organization to really place orders na for all of our employees. Of course, they have the right if they want to take the vaccine. But we are also educating them about the benefits of the vaccine. Hopefully, they all get it. Kasi number one, we've seen and we've proven that the economy bounces back. But we need to have my parents, the leadership, and all of our team, we need to be vaccinated, we need to be protected. Para handa tayo when that economy bounces back. When the restrictions are loosened, we will be ready. We also do point-to-point shuttle service for our people to keep them safe. We do testing for them when we have events. And then we also have lahat. We do all the different types of sanitation in the office with yung disinfectants na, yung pang commercial grade talaga. We use Sanivir disinfectant, we use UV lights, everything. Kasi we're scared eh. We honestly live in our commissary as well. So, yun, we really try to make sure they're safe. And yung key people namin, kahit wala masyadong duty, to be honest, pinag-duty ko pa din. Pinaglilinis na lang namin ng bago naming warehouse, kahit ano na. Right now, we're doing trainings and innovation. Kanina lang, I just came from we innovated, I think, 30 dishes today, different courses, and I was with my team, my sales team, we're tasting the food, the kitchen team, may pasok sila today because they cooked the new innovated food. So parang, kailangan din naman namin sila when we come back, diba? When it bounces back. And yun, the safety is so important because they risk their lives every day when they deliver orders, when they come to work. So we want to reward that as well.
Galing. And so speaking of the vaccine, do you have an idea now how many of your people are willing to take it?
We're still doing the process of surveying right now. And then we will have a medical representative speak on it. Kasi hindi naman ako expert dyan, bro. Pero I'm an advocate of it, but I cannot really say na I'm not in the best position to educate them. Pero ang mindset ko lang naman about the vaccine, to everybody here who are listening, then to other entrepreneurs who are listening here, it's much safer to I know we're scared of the risks of the vaccine, the side effects. I mean, it's even been publicized in the news. Pero I'm scared of the certainty of death that this COVID pandemic has really shown us na on Facebook, pare, I think puro timeline na natin, black na yung profile picture, may kandila na yung profile picture, nakakatakot na. I mean, even me, I was honestly skeptical of taking the vaccine last year. Sabi ko, magkakaroon, I'm gonna wait. Pero when I saw that the cases, 15,000 cases, that's not a joke.
Grabe nga eh. Grabe yung cases.
And I'm also encouraging other entrepreneurs, even the people in the wedding industry, na if you guys have the capacity, if you guys have the resources, maganda talagang take this opportunity to vaccinate your people. For the entire nation, sa labanan natin tong vaccine, itong pandemic na to, bro, this is one way. Kasi the government needs help. I don't want to blame the government na lang for every problem that we have.
Of course not, bro. We don't do that. We don't do that. We're entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Kailangan tulong-tulong na lang tayo ngayon.
Yeah. Well, we have good people in government right now. One of them is a friend of mine way back when I was in college, Vico Soto. So he's doing a really good job there in Pasig. We have a question from Pam. How should employees maintain safe distance from one another during food production and processing? Medyo maganda nga naman malaman to kasi even in restaurants and cloud kitchens, we have no idea what's going on inside. So how do you guys do it?
So first, the capacity of the number of employees here, na lessen talaga. 50% capacity. And then, of course, when they come, so they're shuttled directly door to door. When they come here, they change uniforms. And then we have an isolation area where they change uniforms. Pagkadating nila sa isolation area, they change into the uniform. Ni-UV sanitize pa before they wear it. Medyo mas matagal. They need to come in earlier. Pero it's for their safety. At first, they didn't like it, but of course, they adapted to it. And then when they get here, of course, they change their shoes before they enter the kitchen. And then they need to wear, of course, I mean, standard na, yung face mask, face shield, and face mask, and then yung hairnet. And of course, we have, honestly, it's really about leadership, in my opinion. We have so much visual management. We have posters everywhere telling them and reminding them of the safety protocols. I mean, they're very basic. It's not something that it's not mystery. The IATF guidelines on how to do it is very clear. It's very well educated, but it's the communication, the constant communication. So we have toolbox meetings, and honestly, my dad and we go down, we do the toolbox meetings as well. Kasi they need to feel na it's from top down. If the management believes in this thing, then the people will follow. And of course, kami din, and we need to self-police each other. Kasi just wearing the mask, if you have a mask and then the person who has COVID doesn't wear a mask, you get a 70% chance that you are safe. Pero if you are both wearing the mask, parang I think 90% chance na hindi kayo magkaka-COVID. So even if you do your part, lagi kong sinasabi ko sa tao ngayon, even if you do your part and you don't call out the team member mo na hindi nagmamask, may chance talaga magkaroon ka di ba? Kasi it's really about parang accountability. It's about responsibility. And honestly, the reason why we're so scared, and we live in our commissary, so we're extra careful. And then when we get to the site, we've done so many different protocols. During loading and unloading of our equipment, as a caterer, we bring the kitchen to the site and the equipment. They line up on a V-shaped formation. V-shaped formation sila when they load and unload to make sure the distance is far from each other. Daming kailangan i-adapt. We have a buffet with acrylic shield. It protects our buffet waiters and it protects the clients as well. And then the distancing of the people on the buffet area. Each table now, 4-seater na lang yung nakalagay. And then that gives our people then more space para hindi sila dikit na dikit sa clients. And then they're also giving more space to the clients. There's a lot. If I go through each, there's a lot of protocols, pero they really are priority, yung safety. Intimate but safe events.
I feel like if people hire Juan Carlo as their caterer, it's super safe. Sometimes that peace of mind is so important, With all of the protocols you guys are doing, grabe. Like, believe ako, bro. Some companies then I know would rather not do any of that and just shut down, diba? And wait it out. And I remember we tackled that last time, waiting it out. Man, so many businesses went out just because they waited it out. The riskiest thing you can do is not take a risk and just, sit down and sitting duck ka. So a lot of businesses closed down because they waited it out. And really good on your part that you guys went ahead and did what you had to do, pivoted, and Before I move on, just want to invite everyone watching here. If you guys are on YouTube, you have a YouTube account, please follow us, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. That's the link right there, leadme.ph/YouTube. If you haven't followed yet, that would help us a ton. So the YouTube videos are also pre-recorded videos and edited. Like this video, we're going to chop it up, edit it, upload it, make it relevant for you. And you can watch replays of previous recordings and exclusive recordings that we don't do on the live show. Those are usually guests from abroad, Singapore, US, New Zealand. We've had guests from all over the world, and you can check them out over there because we don't have them on the live show. Okay, so we discussed about how your people are maintaining safe distance. You mentioned some of those safety protocols. Grabe, lupet, no? Now, follow-up question is from Pam. What are your strategies for adapting your business to the new normal? So you discussed already about the protocols. How about the pivoting? You mentioned the Juan Carlo to go. You mentioned the selling of the unused perishable goods kanina. What else did you do to pivot your business?
Alam mo kasi we tried a lot of things. Some things failed, some things worked out. We looked at the strengths of the company. We looked at the things that we have. Nung may linen department kami, yung linen staff ko, sabi nila, "Sir, gagawa kami ng mga face mask, ganyan-ganyan." Sir, tapos ito, sabi ng purchasing department ko, we have the chain, the list of all the suppliers, supply chain management. We can get the best rates and we can sell and compete. It worked for a short time kasi SM was still closed. So kami, even in Batangas area, kami nagde-deliver ng groceries nung time na yun. Dito, yung face masks, nung wala pang magagandang mask, honestly, na cloth, kami yung nagpatahi agad, ganyan. Kahit simple lang, para lang my people have work. It's not really for the business. It's not in line, honestly, with the branding of Juan Carlo. Pero we did it just to keep our people busy. Pero alam mong natutunan ko siya. It's really about sticking to your core. It's really about focusing and zoning in on what you do best. And that's how we were able to help our people and help our business grow and go back and even thrive during the pandemic. Kasi we realized that we are still here for those. Life is still worth celebrating. That's our campaign. That's our motto during That's what we were always thinking in our heads. Na we still want to have the intimate gatherings, the intimate gatherings. Like your dream wedding shouldn't end. The dream wedding you've been planning for 2 years na does not have to be postponed or canceled. Your dream, even yung mga intimate occasions sa bahay with Juan Carlo to go. Pero ang mas madami pa rin clients, bro. Sobrang Shansi level yung pagkayaman nila, bro. As in, nagulat ako, like, the rates nila per plate, ang laki talaga. I don't think I can mention it here, pero talagang nakakagulat. They would spend 6 digits or almost 7 digits on a birthday, ganyan. Parang Shansi lang, ganun lang yung
Parang never ko pa nagawa yun, bro. Never ko pa.
Parang if we focus on our strength, which was yung high-end events talaga, yung mga class A, upper C, B to upper C market of the clients who go to us and remember us, parang mas dun pa rin kami kumana eh. What we did was we innovated our food. We hired a new chef de cuisine and we invested a lot of money in him. Pero we were not scared. We doubled down na lang. Parang talagang tinibayan na lang namin yung loob namin siya. And we really focused on innovating our plated menu. Kasi right now, it's all intimate. And buffet is not really that in now. People want plated. And ganun, parang the brides and grooms and the people want to have their parties. Parang these are the few select people in your life that you're going to invite. So, ibig sabihin, gusto nila itodo yung budget din for these people. They wanted the food. It's when you pay for plated service, yes, it's about the fact that they're being served like kings and queens. Pero what they pay for talaga is the artistry eh. How beautiful those plates look. Yung passion ng chef, yung artistic ano niya, translate into a plate. So talagang when they what we did, we innovated, we had photo shoots of all these new plated menu and everything. And we had so many celebrity intimate gatherings during the pandemic. Idol Rafi Tulfo, si Jane De Leon, birthday niya, the new Darna, AC Bonifacio. I'm missing some, and we have upcoming celebrity intimate events na dami bro. Na nagulat ako na we really stuck to our guns na lang and focused on high-end intimate events na yun pa rin eh. That's our core business. It's about life is still worth celebrating in big events. I mean, not big in terms of ano, pero yung high-end events. So, that's what I learned na you may try other things, ganyan, but at the end of the day, doon ka pa rin babalik, and that's when your customers, they already know you for that. You don't need to go somewhere far.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And Good to Great by Jim Collins also mentioned that. Diba? Stimulate progress, but stick to your core. Speaking of celebrities, question from Mitch: how do you keep it cool when you're working with celebrities or big names in the industry? Do you still get starstruck, or are you used to being around them? Ako starstruck ako ngayon. Grabe. Celebrity yung yung guest ko sa show. So, ikaw ba bro? Ano yung sagot mo dito?
I get really starstruck pa din. Si dad kasi, my father, he's the one who's still handling yung mga big celebrity accounts talaga. But I'm there on the day. I also audit the events and everything. Honestly, starstruck pa din ako sa kanila, especially pagka like si Chito Miranda. He was a really big parang he was a big parang idol when I was in my grade school years. I grew up listening to his music. I know all the lyrics pare. So Parokya ni Edgar. So when I saw that, and I was like, wow, talagang this Chito Miranda ganyan. So yun, para talagang normal lang, but it's so funny when you get to talk to them, they're so down to earth. They're so parang sobrang normal lang nilang tao na eventually I got more comfortable with the different celebrities kasi they're just people. They're just like you and me, and then they're usually, you would expect na but most of the clients na celebrity namin, they're so simple lang, they're so down to earth. And yeah, sobrang chill lang nila. I remember, sino ba? Yung comment ni Chito nakakatawa eh. He wrote a client testimonial. He used the Tagalog, parang nagmura siya. Sabi niya, PI, sobrang sarap. Ganon yung niya, yung testimony. You see how
branding.
Ganon talaga ganon siya ka down to earth. Like hindi mo mafe-feel na celebrity sila. Si Neri, yung wife ni Chito, we would talk in the phone for hours. They become my friends. We talk about business and different business opportunities kasi entrepreneur din siya. And some of them attended my wedding. So it's really fun. They become your friends then after the wedding kasi you were a part of the most special milestones in their life. So parang talagang yung pagiging friend, next step is it's really easy to be friends with them after.
Grabe. Celebrity levels, guys. Celebrity levels.
Kaya friend to si Chancy
Ako nga yung starstruck na ako ngayon eh. Erica asks, so we talked about the pivots that you made, but what are some of the struggles that your business went through during the pandemic? Maybe the top 2 toughest times or instances during the pandemic, and how did you overcome?
Siguro the number one that comes to mind is when the clients want to refund and cancel. Sakit bro sa ulo, nakaka-drain emotionally. Nakaka-drain emotionally kasi you're talking to so many clients. the flow kasi sa amin, if the account executive can't handle it, then me or Sir Alex come into it. We're the ones handling the concerns. We want to make sure the clients feel heard. They want to make sure that they feel like they're talking to somebody who can make a decision. And that was really difficult kasi on one hand, we've done a lot of deliverables to our clients already that may not seem that tangible to other clients kasi hindi nila nakita yung mismong food na nakain nila, yung mismong on the day. Pero we have to explain that there are over 200 people who make their dream wedding possible in 13 departments. They plan meticulously for this. We're not, alam mo yung pucho-pucho caterer na basta na lang take ng project tapos bahala ka na on the day. No, talagang we take so much preparation in lead time. The number of meetings that my account executive has, yung mga grooms pa and brides, di ba? They call you at the middle of the night, mga ganyan na, yan, kinikwento ng tao ko, syempre. So, kasi doon daw sila libre after office. So, there's a lot of work that goes into it. My team meets every month. They update all the contracts. They check kung tama ba or hindi. So, to make it short, they analyze the manpower needed for your event. They already make an inventory and analyze, are there enough equipment to make sure that their event can be catered. There's a lot of things that go into the preparation that sometimes clients don't understand and see. Wala pa naman kayong food, ganyan. And then, but at the end of the day, I just try to look at their situation then. Most of yung mga high-end clients namin, hindi naman sila masakit kausap sa club. Pero because Juan Carlo is aspirational, yung mga clients namin, mga OFWs, yung hard-earned money, ganyan, na their income was really affected. Doon dumudugo din yung puso kasi nakakaawa sila eh. Kasi I know what they're thinking eh. Pinag-ipunan nila 2 years in advance, 3 years, even 4 years in advance ang Juan Carlo. Tapos, because their income was affected, ayaw nila i-continue yung contract. So, we did refund. We did refund to some clients and then, but not what they asked. We gave, for example, instead na wala silang refund, we gave them 50, 60% refund. So, they were very happy pa rin naman. And actually, some were not pa rin. They wanted complete refund. We went to DTI with some of our clients, and then what happened was, even in DTI, the DTI told the client, you should pay Juan Carlo because you have a contract. And sila pa yung nagbayad. So talagang honestly, the messy headache of so many brides and grooms who are already very emotional with their businesses and now their wedding, diba, businesses or work nila gets affected. Pero bro ayoko naman kumita ng parang basta sundan ko lang yung nasa kontrata and then leave them dry. Kawawa naman, and I understand their situations. But we really refunded to some clients. And we were able to postpone a lot. Majority naman postpone talaga. Konti lang yung nag-refund. Pero yun, isa yun talaga sa masakit. And then of course, the biggest struggle was thinking about the emotional stress. The emotional stress that these 200 people who have 200 families depend on you. That is what drove us to do everything to pivot. But that is also one of the biggest source of parang nakakaiyak looking back. Hindi ko alam yung mangyari. Buti na lang naka-bounce back. And ngayon we're very optimistic. Pero nung hindi pa namin alam, sobrang sakit, bro. Hindi mo alam yung ano bang gagawin ng mga tao ko.
Tatawagan tayo nun. Ano ba gagawin natin? Oh, yeah, I remember that time. It was very hard, no? And many meetings. I'm sure you did many meetings with your team as well.
Communication was key. It was so difficult na you really need to over-communicate kasi if their work and their livelihood is on the line, diba? You need to communicate, okay, magle-lesson tayo ng duty. Kailangan alam nila, hindi mo pwedeng basta mo na lang i-implement. You need to over-communicate it and make them emotionally prepared for what happened. Especially nung 1 month na lockdown.
Yeah.
The first one.
And if you don't communicate it over and over again, kasi sometimes there's a monster in people's heads, eh. And it grows times 10, times 20, and they spread that poison to others. It's gonna be nasty. So, really good. Patrick Miguel says about your tagline, ganda ng tagline. And sabi din niya, masasabi mong big time talaga, Sir JC. Kasi pati siguro yun, pati si Rafi Tulfo client niya. O, di ba? And Patrick, dami mong comment. Pero thank you for tuning in. Talagang Marvin Guermo, apprentice.
Yeah, guys, if you want to to go through to be able to bounce back from the pandemic, you should hire Sean C and SEO Hacker. They're gonna help you out a lot. Yung online leads namin kasi isa yan sa bumuhay sa atin. So, maraming salamat sa SEO team nyo.
Thank you, bro. Disclaimer, hindi ko po binayaran si JC. Ako po binabayaran niya. Kaya... Okay. From Mitch, what is your best negotiation success story? I guess maybe one of the toughest clients you've ever closed na you thought maybe you weren't gonna be able to close it, but you did. Can you suggest any negotiation techniques that has worked for and on you?
Actually, yung dad ko and my sales group are the one directly handling sales. I don't do direct sales. Pero the one that I've done, na pinakamalaki sigurong success story ko was closing an exclusive partnership for different venues na kami na lang yung maging exclusive caterer niya. Kasi the business model of Juan Carlo is we are accrediting, kasi not everybody can be an accredited partner to our venues. So if we are 4 in a venue, that's a 25% chance na kami na yung mabook. But what we did was, by leveraging the name, by leveraging the brand of Juan Carlo, the unique selling proposition of our food, that it's time-tested, our design and our service and food are all award-winning. Yun yung nileverage ko para ma-exclusive partner kami. So during those negotiations, we were able, actually I just got an extension ngayon because of everything that we've done for them. Siguro when I'm dealing with clients, the number one thing that I do, I communicate the things that we have that nobody can really offer. Those are things that are really going to set you apart. Nobody can say that they have 25 years of experience and we can help them. We have a go-to marketing strategy for the wedding industry to help them get clients in their venue. Nobody can say that their food is award-winning against the top caterers and hotels, all of those things. And nobody can say that we have, they can just say their design is nice, but is it award-winning? Is your service award-winning? There's always descriptions, but these are social proof that you are giving to your clients na when you give it to them, wala na silang masasabi. And the way that I delivered that, and then I do a summary close. Usually, I recap all of the things that we offer, the celebrity clients, all the clients namin for the top 25 years. We can cater 0 to 10,000 guests. So I usually do a summary close. And then before I give this to the client, before I give the contract, I just gave the contract. So I said, can we move forward with all of this? After the presentation, I answered all of their questions. It's too technical to tell you in detail the questions that we had. But basically, parang you make sure you present the things that nobody else has. You do a summary close. And the timing of how I did that was, you would already know. You can just tell. There are sales techniques that go by the book. You can do a trial close and all of that. Pero sometimes with experience, you can just tell when they're already excited or eager. Body language nila. And I just gave them the contract. And then, yun na. I didn't even say much. Yun na lang. And then, they read it and they signed it na agad.
For those of you listening and for you, Mitch, I just want you to know that JC is a really good negotiator. The price he got from me and my team is the mas mababa pa sa pinakamababa. So, magaling mag-negotiate si JC. Yun lang masasabi ko. And if we can learn negotiation from him, that would be gold.
Balik na, si Sean yung magaling mag-negotiate. Kahit sobrang mahal, pero worth it naman.
Hindi, value bro, value. So, vaccine brand. Okay. What vaccine brand would you recommend daw, bro? Meron ka bang recommended?
I'll just echo what my doctor friends say and our company doctor are recommended. Whatever is available, that's the best brand that you can get. Zero protection right now that you currently have if you're not vaccinated. Any type of percentage protection is better than zero. And what's important is that all vaccines that pass the FDA and pass all of the restrictions by the World Health Organization and all of that, they give you 100% protection from the fatal COVID, the serious COVID. So you can still honestly get COVID, but you're not gonna be the type of COVID patient who will die or who will really need to go to the hospital. I mean, laking tulong na yun sa hospital workers natin ngayon, di ba? The frontliners are scared. Honestly, if may anak ako na nagtatrabaho sa hospital na yun, I'm gonna tell them, huwag kayo anak pumunta sa trabaho. Because it's really scary talaga. So, yun, parang any vaccine you can get a hold of, you should get.
Yeah, and I think if you're an entrepreneur, no, talagang you have to realize minsan may mga entrepreneur masyadong humble, hindi maisip kung magkano yung value nila sa company. If you're gone, your entire business and a lot of people suffer. So even I'm gonna, I reserved my vaccine already, even if I really didn't want to that time magpa-vaccinate. But when I realized how important it is for me to be vaccinated, for my team who rely on me, not just my family, but of course for my family as well, my wife and kids, no? Sabi ko, mukhang no-brainer. I really have to get vaccinated. So I reserved mine. Dahil wala akong comorbidity, I have to reserve it and pay for it. And hopefully by June, I get it already. For me, I'm getting Covaxin. That's an inactivated formula, I think. So, pretty good. Pretty good. I did some research about it. Ikaw, bro, na-vaccinate ka na, di ba? Are you done?
Yeah. We had AstraZeneca naman.
Astra.
Nagka-symptoms din ako na after konting mild fever and
Bumati ka, bro.
sakit ng katawan. Pero okay pa naman ako. Wala naman akong extra tail dito or buntot or ano.
Grabe naman. May fake news ba na gano'n?
Pero kung tinulog ko lang, then when I slept, when I woke up, I felt better. I have a comorbidity kasi I have asthma. So that's why I got the chance to get vaccinated.
It's, usually vaccines naman talaga may konting effect, That's why it's a vaccine. It alters something in your body in order to protect you.
Kasi it needs to react to your body, and your body's reaction trains the body to fight the virus. So it gives you a mini and then now when you're going to have the real virus, it means you're not gonna have any more kasi natuto na lumaban yung katawan.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
From Mitch, what can you say about the community pantries that has sprouted one after another? In what other ways can people or businesses use social media or digital marketing for social good? Okay, these are two separate questions. Let's tackle the first one. I think she's asking this relative to your business being a catering company. So, what can you say about it now? Maybe challenges? Diba?
Actually, hindi ko masyadong alam. Yung community pantries, di ba parang new lang yan? Parang this week lang yan sumikat on social. Yun ba yung parang they're gonna give food in their village, tapos anybody can get? Yun ba yun?
Oh, I have no idea. I
Kasi
know. I thought it was Cloud Kitchen. To be honest, that's how.
ano, the one I saw online, para siyang ganito eh. May table lang sa isang village. Then they're going to place mga itlog, they're gonna place vegetables, they're gonna place instant coffee, mga canned goods, ganyan. And then people will go to the to that area, and then they can get anything for free. And they should, merong mga nakalagay doon parang kumuha base sa kailangan, parang ganun. And then magbigay base sa kakayanan, like based on what you can give. So it's like a social, parang community service type of thing.
Oh,
And it's really, well, what was the question? What can I say about community pantries? Well, that's a great thing. That's a great thing to happen. Na parang, actually, you were talking about Vico Soto. I saw him speak on this na parang, kasi nai-issue siya bro ngayon. I don't know what reason would ever be negative. For me, I'm very happy that there are people who can give and who are willing to give during these very challenging times. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that people get so hard up na with their income and they start stealing, di ba? The fact that we still have people who are giving right now, I mean, I think you're going to be blessed 10 or 1,000 times more, by God. And sabi kasi ni Vico, meron mga umaano pa kasi madami nagko-complain about these community pantries. I don't understand why people would complain, but there were people saying kailangan ba ng permit para gumawa ng ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, anyway, he was also promoting community pantries. I think they're awesome. I think there's no harm in doing that, and anything to help people during these times, it's a good thing.
grabe naman yung permit pa na yan, no? It's being human, you know? We help each other out. We're human beings.
I think hindi kailangan ng permit para tumulong sa kapwa or parang
Yeah.
ganun.
Yeah. You know,
Something like that.
grabe, politics can sometimes really get in the way of humanity. In what other ways can people or businesses use social media or digital marketing for social good? Yeah, bro,
Well,
I'll let you answer first.
ikaw muna or ako?
Ikaw muna, ikaw.
Oh. Well, actually, we just launched a campaign, although this isn't really related to community pantries. With our 25th anniversary, meron kaming bride na nanalo. Actually, unfortunately, na-postpone yung wedding niya. Dapat this April yun eh. We gave away 250,000 pesos worth of catering services to that client. And we believe that, kasi when we reminisce and look back at our 25 years, we realized na it's not this celebration, all the things that we've accomplished. It's not just about us. It's about all the people, all the dream events we were able to make a reality. And we want to turn more dream events into a reality. Hindi ko siguro mababaw yung ROI, honestly, sa campaign na to, in terms of the number of leads that I generated from that. We'll be launching a video. Check that out, guys, soon on our Facebook page and our Instagram. But we're going to do this because we realize na it's really, we need to give back to the people who supported us for this long, and somehow it will build equity for our company. That's how we did it in our way. I don't know yet the returns. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it pa, honestly, in terms of marketing ROI, kasi we're still going to do it. But yeah, we awarded that for them, and I think anything you do for good, especially during these times, these are the times when, during this pandemic, ang natutunan ko din siya from other wedding suppliers who've been talking to us. Parang ang Juan Carlo daw hindi nag-pandemic. Parang we're still so aggressive. We're still doing good things for other people. Like, yun nga yung kinuwento ko sa 25th anniversary namin, which we could have easily, parang, di ba, 25 years kami, pero pandemic, pwede ko sabihin, hindi na lang gumastos ng ganun. Pero,
Totoo.
we wanted to be in the minds of our clients. We wanted them to know the good that we're doing um, to give them a thank you back. And I think it may not be this year or even next year, but eventually that equity that we build, we're gonna get that back.
I'm sure you will, bro. Sure you will. Did a lot of good to a lot of people during the pandemic. Di kakalimutan ni Lord yan. Marivel Familgan says, all I can say is wow to JC and company. All right.
Thank you, Marvel. Salamat. Salamat.
Starstruck kami, bro. And Len, thanks for tuning in tonight. Glad that you're here. Patrick, yes, I saw your questions on Discord. We're going to be answering them right after this one because we tackled already that that JC gave away 250,000 pesos worth of wedding services. So Mitch is asking, can you tell us the story of how your family decided to give that away?
Well, actually, that was because we planned this campaign before the pandemic happened. So it was already in the books. It was already may budget na, and this is something that we really wanted to do. So the way that the promo worked was people had to, for every booking that they gave and for every 25,000 peso purchase that they had, they get a raffle entry for that. So it was also to generate marketing leads, pero it was also a way to give back to those clients who support Juan Carlo. And to be honest, talagang nakaplano na yung budget na yan, matagal na. Pero dapat, I mean, pwede ko namang hindi ituloy yung ganung ano kasi we started it during November. November namin siya nag-start until February, I think the promo run. So November was the height of the pandemic, right? Pwede kong sabihin cancel na lang natin yung promo. Pero we remember all of the how small we started. Diba? All of the things we had to go through to get to where we are today. And parang yung parents ko din, they've instilled that type of parang generosity na they're very generous with our people, they're very generous with their friends and their family, and parang babalik din yun. May ganun silang mindset na, and honestly, even sa family nila, pag may sakit yung lolo ko, ganyan, lola ko, talagang sila yung sumasagot. Alam mo yung parang, lagi nila sinasabi, pag ikaw yung nagbibigay, ikaw yung binibless ni Lord.
Totoo yun.
Totoo yun. As in, yun yung lagi sa akin sinasabi ng tatay ko. So, nung nag-isip kami, tutuloy ba natin to? Naglakas loob na lang kami, bro, na ibigay. Kasi we think that God will give us more. And it's talagang grabe yung blessings ni Lord. So talaga.
Oh, yan. Ako 100% believe in that and also have experienced it in my life. So yeah, I encourage you. Alam mo, the harder it is to give, the more that God will credit it to you. Diba? Nasa Bible yun, in the story of the widow who dropped 2 copper coins. Tapos sabi ni Jesus, that widow gave more than any of the other people in the temple because she gave out of her poverty all she had to live on. So, grabe. Alam mo, that story struck me. So, sa mga, in the harder times, and I feel like I'm being prodded to give by God, that's really what counts. So, ako 100% believe in that. Patrick asks, finally, how badly was the industry hit now compared to the start of the pandemic?
Well, I'd like to piggyback on what Sean said talaga. Yung mga companies that waited, I literally have close friends and parang fellow caterers who have closed down. Talagang it hurts to hear that. It hurts to hear stories like that. Kasi you're going through you're in the same boat. You're going through the same challenges. And talagang honestly, totoo yung sinabi mo bro pag kasi talagang it was really sad for them. A lot of the people in the wedding industry shifted their careers. They looked at their skills. Magaling daw sila magsalita, mag-host. They're going to do call center jobs. They're going to do life insurance. Diba? Yung mga, kung ano yung skill set na meron ka, you just try to look at it, and then a lot of people shifted, but a lot of the big players who know how to pivot, who know their core business, they're the ones who not only were able to survive it, but I think they thrived eh. They got a bigger market share. Actually, nagulat ako bro, my team, Q3 pandemic, Q4 pandemic, although we reduced the targets, they hit 500%. Q1 this year, they hit 300%. So parang, I'm so proud of them na hindi nila ako binitawan. Talagang lumalaban sila, and they're doing it for people. It's still barely enough to pay our expenses, but the fact, because we really reduced the target, pero the fact na lumalaban sila, doon tumataba yung puso ko. So, for the entire industry, yun nga, some went up, a lot went down and shifted or even changed their business models na, or completely went out of the wedding industry.
So, I guess my answer, my question na to. A sales team like that, bro. How did you build a sales team like that? Kasi honestly, one of the teams that are most difficult to build is the sales team. Isa yan sa mga, if not the most difficult. How did you do it na ganun ka passionate yung sales team nyo, caring about their targets, caring about, kasi look, if they don't bring home the bacon, nobody eats anything, right? Even the owners don't eat anything. So how do you build a sales team like that?
I think I've shared this in the first podcast that we did. But when we hired this outsourced training program for our salespeople, we really invest in our salespeople. I think Catering Jensen cost us ₱1 million just to train our salespeople that day.
Bro,
So,
medyo humina boses mo.
Hi, hello? Can you hear me?
Ayan.
Yeah. We spent like ₱1 million, bro, to train our salespeople. Nag-Catering Jensen kami. The first thing that they did before they did any of the technical high impact selling skills training, before they did all of those things, the number one thing they did is they aligned the hearts of our people. No matter gaano kaganda yung presentations mo, no matter gaano kaganda yung product knowledge deck mo, if these people are not aligned with what you want to do, it won't work. And for me, the number one thing is, as salespeople kasi, they're really the best paid in the entire company, diba? So, the thing that we did was, we don't make them reach their own target. We focus on their personal target for their dreams in their personal lives. So we have this dream board, and I did it because at that time I was so stressed. I was so stressed out from work. I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. Sabi ko, ayoko na to, sakit sa ulo. Sobra. So, and then I made this dream board kasi it's something that parang really motivates me and pushes me. Now I wake up and I remember, this is the reason why I need to go to work. So there's a photo of like my dream house, traveling with my parents kasi they've given me so much travel all over the world. I want to pay them back. I've only brought them to Palawan and then nag-pandemic. Pero tutuloy ko yun. So may dream car dyan, mga investments, may nakalagay akong pictures all over that. And what we did, I got that from Guthrie Jensen, but we took it a step further. We made it numerical. Talagang, okay, what's the first thing that you're going to focus on? And then after that, kunyari, they said, I want to buy a car. Okay, car. O, magkano yun per month? Alam mo ba? Hindi niya alam kung magkano yung pangarap niya. Okay, inquire. Ang homework nila, by the next time we meet, on the second day of training, may peso value na yun. Tapos, alam na nila per month magkano yung kailangan nilang sales na ma-reach para may commission, and then mabayaran niya yung expenses niya, and then doon niya ilalagay. So our people are it's so fun, bro, to ask them. Pag sinabi kong kamusta ka, alam nila na I'm not just nangangamusta. Kinakamusta ko yung dreams nila kung na-achieve na nila. So a quarter from now, from the first day of training, I do the trainings personally myself. And then after that, kamusta ka? They're gonna tell me, sir, during the pandemic, nakapaglabas ako ng bagong views. Sarap ng feeling.
Solid.
Solid. Parang, alam mo yung parang, ang sarap, nakakaboost ng moral. Everybody's so motivated. Everybody's so proud of each other's achievements. And I really have to hand it to my team. Because my sales managers are so motivated to reach their dreams. They're so motivated to allow other people to reach their dreams. Yung mga tao nila. Parang ang saya-saya, bro. Grabe din. I really have to hand it to my people. Of course, they're driven for their family. They're driven for the people around them that they have their dreams for. And hindi sila yun eh. Parang I think if I would choose one answer out of the many things that they do, yun talaga. They're very driven. They have a very clear sense of why they need to sell. And now we're still expanding, bro. May sales training ako next week of 4 new sales people. We're expanding to 35. Now we're going to become 40 sales group.
Grabe. Grabe. Ang dami ng sales people mo, bro. Galing.
Kailangan ko bayaran yung Shansi, yung SEO hacker.
Bro. Fake news. So the next question, last question actually from Patrick. Patrick, thank you for your questions. Then again, Maribel, thanks for being here. And Mitch, and for all of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, I hope you're learning a lot. And we are going to put this on YouTube as an edited cut format. And if you want to be able to also watch our episodes na hindi recorded live because they're from other countries like the US, Canada, New Zealand, we've had them as guests, other CEOs, other owners of companies, multi-million companies there, dollars pa. You can watch it on YouTube. There's the link down there, leadme.ph/YouTube. So Patrick asks, are there things that you did during the pandemic, you integrated it in your business, paid off really well, na you are going to adapt them even after the pandemic ends?
Madami. Pero siguro one of the things is to keep the main thing, to focus, really do hyper focus. Kasi we really used to do that naman. We had a lot of opportunities to be canteen concessionaires, and we were canteen concessionaires for like Universal Robina, JG Summit, Nestle, Shell, Caltex. We were the ones in the Calabarzon area na nag-handle nila. We focused on catering. But now, what I've learned talaga, ultra hyper focus. Yun yung kailangan. Like for example, our salespeople, talagang they focused on the key accounts that really worked, the ones that they know, doon lalo nila in-attack. Nag-focus sila I had to focus on what aspect of the business was the most important. At that time, sales talaga. So I was working with them day in, day out talaga. And I would be with them, and we cast a much wider net. If dati, we were accredited with 200 venues, I think no pandemic, 400 venues, ganon, nagdoble. Parang, if dati, ito yung key accounts na ni-reach mo, you had 20 good accounts. I want you to have 100 good accounts. Kasi if these these people na reach mo and smaller na yung chance na makabook, you need a bigger amount of people coming in to convert more leads. Eh. So we really expanded the network. We really focused on what I did really, I focused on where I'm needed. Parang doon ako mag-focus sa strength ko, which was sa sales, and talagang doon ako lumaban. And then we stuck to our core. We didn't deviate from our and talagang doon lang kami. Parang if you focus and you just give everything you have to that part of the business, kung saan ka nakilala, kung paano ka na ano. Yun talaga yung main thing that allowed us to thrive during the pandemic. Eh. So I know it's a small thing, focus. I mean, remember who you are. I mean, people forget that. Eh. Sometimes they think it's just a little thing. O dapat expand to this, expand to that, expand to this. But the people don't know you yet. It takes so much time. It took us 25 years to be able to have this type of network. It's gonna take us so many years if we're going to focus on food to go, kunyari, Juan Carlo to go. Yes, it helped us. It gave our people jobs. Pero that's not what's gonna bring back our business. It's catering. So we focused on how can we add value to our clients? Okay, so gawin natin para ma-reach pa rin yung total order value that we need, the contract price. Let's add more value. Let's show even more beautiful plated dishes. Let's show them unique safety protocols that make their clients, their family and friends feel safe. That life is still worth celebrating. So we focused and we hit that, and talagang yun yung nag-ano eh.
And bro, I just want to add to that. This is exactly why I tell people who ask me, Sean, how do you become more competitive in price? And I keep telling people, don't be more competitive in price by downsizing your price points. Add more value so that you can keep your price point or even upgrade it. Don't fight the losing game of becoming the cheaper supplier, because that is a vicious cycle. Everyone's playing that game, and sooner or later, the quality will suffer. Saan nyo kukunin yung profits? You're going to just turn the output into crappier and crappier stuff, service. And the whole industry suffers. When that happens, people will stop getting your industry. They're going to stop just wanting your industry. And you're just going to run out of business. So add more value instead of making your packages cheaper. Completely agree with that. So, brother, thank you for your wisdom. Paul, meron tayong special guest, yung pinakamayaman sa lahat. Grabe.
Grabe.
Sobrang solid dito. Guys, kung di nyo pa kilala si Marvin Guermo, siya po ang isa sa mga pinakamayaman dito sa Pilipinas. Wala lang siya sa top 10 billionaires list, pero nandun siya sa 11th. Hindi lang siya nakalistan, pero nandun siya. So, take advantage na eh. Habang wala sa show.
He's the guiding light of the billionaire community pa. Siya yung guiding light ng billionaire community.
Guiding light.
Kaya barkado kayo ni Marvin. Kaya Marvin.
Alright.
Yung tagal natin, yung labas natin when things loosen up.
Oo nga eh. Tinatanong ko nga si Marvin kung magpapa-vaccine din siya eh. Para pwede na nating ituloy yun eh. Pero yeah, bro, dami ko natutunan ngayon. Yung dream board sa sales team, di ko pa na-apply pero dapat i-apply ko na yan, bro. Grabe. Yan ang yan ang isa sa mga goals ko eh. Makagawa ng dream team na sales team. So, we're young, we're a decade old pa lang, 11 years old almost as SEO hacker, and the sales team is the last team that I'm building because that's the team I'm most hands-on with. Kaya hindi ko muna siya binuo ng todo kasi andun pa naman ako eh. Pero ngayon, I have to take a step back already and I have to build that team. So, thanks for that.
Alam mo, may mga tao ko, they don't have a house, they have a mansion.
Grabe.
Napagpaaral yung mga kapatid niya, merong mga sarili nilang cars. sobrang sarap bro as a president, as a CEO for you, knowing that your people can achieve those types of things. You need to make them more ambitious, pare. Yun talaga yung exciting. Pag ambitious yan, ambitious yung target, lahat, sunod-sunod na yan. Lalong yayaman pa si Boss Chance. Ako,
Alam mo bro, kung ikaw yung tao na may mansion yung tao mo at lahat, yung sabihin sobrang mas mayaman ka na kasi nagsisales lang yun. Naloko mo kami. Huwag mo na kami lokohin, bro. Fake news yun. Galing na sa'yo mismo may mansion yung tao mo.
ganyan lang kayo kalobin si Chance.
Hindi guys, fake news yan. Pero thank you so much for all of you tuned in here. I know it's we went a little bit over time, but really appreciate you guys. And we're always online 8 p.m. Thursday nights. And I will see you all next week. Thanks, JC, for being here. And thank you, everyone. God bless you. Take care.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. Salamat.